Alright, welcome back to Kinnereth in the Mines of Moria. When last we left our intrepid hero, he was trying to get back to the surface to make a sail. I did look up a few things while I was away from the game. The first was to do with the food we were talking about. It turns out, yes, different types of food do have different amounts of how much hunger they dissipate. Slime mold is not as good as a ration. I'm assuming that likewise hard biscuits and beef jerky, etc., is likewise not as good. But that seems to be the case. Let me see what to drop here. Man, I like everything I got. I don't want to drop nothing. But I gotta. I'm going to drop this so I can't use my... What am I trying to use my mouse for? Drop S. Getting rid of that small leather shield. Taking an icky green potion. Because in real life, if you had the choice between a leather shield or an icky green substance in a vial, I'm sure I know what you'd take. Anyways, yes, so we learned that about the food. I also did learn that while perhaps the weight of what you're carrying does not necessarily affect your combat stats, the weight of your armor specifically does, your armor encumbrance. So when you... let's just look at this really quickly. None of my stuff here weighs enough to do so, but if this was heavy enough armor, for instance, over here there'd be another bracket that had like -4 or something, and that would be the minus to hit of wearing that armor. So the heavier the armor you put on, the more combat trouble you're going to have. It makes it harder for people to hit you, but it also makes it harder for you to hit them. I was able to look up some of that in a few posts about Angband. It's harder to find information on Moria. There's just not as much out there. But I'm pretty sure that those two facts at least hold true. There was a third fact which may or may not hold true, and we're going to try some experiments later to find out. And that fact was that allegedly also wearing heavier armor also means you have less mana. I'm not sure if that holds true only for mages, even in Angband, as opposed to priests and paladins. Maybe not. And maybe it's not in Moria in any case. It also mentioned in one of those that wearing heavier gloves would make it harder to... would give you less mana. Let's see here. There's something invisible in front of us. Oh, frack. So all that combat, your wisdom is drained. So it hit me. My wisdom is now down to 16 from 17. So we have to restore that. I'm going to try and kill it quickly. Frick, it got away from me. Son of a bitch. Where did it go? Oh, frick, it's in the wall. Let's just try and get away here. It's way down there now. Damn it. So it drained the hell out of our wisdom. If I'd been smart, I'd have used that as an opportunity to see if my mana went down. Perhaps I'll check the video later and see if that happened correspondingly. Let's try and stay out of that area for now. Unless we have to go that way. In which case we should kill that thing fast, but... Damn it. Yeah, I'm not sure if my mana went down or what. I don't remember what my maximum mana was. Alright, there's other options here. We're just trying to find a staircase back to the top, so let's stay away from that particular ghost. Incidentally, something that drains your wisdom would be a pretty powerful monster. So we were talking at one point about out-of-depth monsters. That is a monster, I'm sure, that does not belong on level 1 of the dungeon. It's probably from much deeper, but sometimes it randomly puts... It's not frequent, but it will put stronger monsters than one might expect on a level, and weaker monsters for that matter. It could be quite... I was on like a level 14 or 15 in a game a while back, and I encountered a monster from level 1, a large brown snake, so... You never know for sure, but it does tend towards an appropriate leveled monster. Keeps you on your toes. Ah, there we go. There's a staircase out. Let's get out of here now while the getting's good. Okay. What do we want to do? I think the first thing we're going to do is head over to... Battle scarred veteran. I could probably take him now, but why even risk it? Let's just go around it. Let's head over here and start selling off some of those potions we had. A hazy potion. It's probably still offering 14 maximum for them, because I don't know what they are. I could invest in potions of, or scrolls of identify, to identify some of this stuff before I sell it and possibly make more money, but it's a risky proposition because I'm spending money to make money. And if it reveals that it's a cursed item, then I'm getting nothing for it. So that's a potion of resist cold. We'll always know what those are going forward. What else can we sell here? Incidentally, look at this. He's got potion of restore charisma. He's got potion of restore constitution. He does not have a potion of wisdom, restore wisdom. So there's not much we can do about that right now. Someday we'll get our wisdom back. How about a dark blue potion? What do you give me for that? I bet you give me 14. What was sending me to do that? Yeah, 14 is going to be it. Potion of slow poison. If I have that and I'm poisoned, say, for 20 turns and I drink it, then instead I'm only poisoned for like 10 turns. It cuts down on how long you're poisoned for. I'm having trouble speaking. Possibly having a stroke. All right. That was a joke, incidentally. I'm not having a stroke. 16. 14 is fine. All right, resist heat. We know what that is now. How about red potions? Whatever, we can sell the first one of these, and then the second one we can sell at full price, unless it happens to be a cursed or bad potion, in which case we're out of luck. I should have gone to 14. He'd have done it. Detect invisible. That would have been useful. Maybe we'll even keep one of those for now. Let's see how much more we can sell it for. That was 14. Now we'll sell a potion of detect invisible. See, now he's already starting off offering 36. As a matter of fact, we were talking earlier about the refusal to continue haggling. It says, after a long bargaining session, you agree upon the price. Final offer 36. So don't have to haggle for it. It's just straight up. Yeah, I'll take 36 gold for it. It says you drive a hard bargain, but I'll take it. I didn't drive that bargain. You did. Selling a white potion. Yeah, final, after a long bargaining session, 14. My God, what is wrong with my voice or ability to speak? Potion of salt water. That's largely a negative one. When you drink it, you vomit and you might get poisoned or something. But no, I think it actually cures poison from you because you vomit it out. But it does something else and weakens you or something like that. I forget what. I think it halves how much hunger you have left because you throw up all of the food that was in your stomach. Or it's kind of weird. All right, the first one we can sell for 14. It's Potion of Cure Light Wounds. I'm going to sell them anyway to free up the slots. I don't really need them. Oh, they're even worth less. They'll give me 9 for those. That's interesting. I'll take it, though. An Icky Green Potion. What do you got for that? 14. Much as expected. It's Slime Mold Juice. I forget what that does, to be perfectly honest. I'll have to look that up later. Let me write that down. Whoa. Let me write that down and remember to look it up at some point between games here. Slime Mold Juice. What does that do, yo? Okay. Let's mark it down. Sell. Alright, let's get into the scrolls. 14 he's offering. Here's a Scroll of Light. At least we're learning what a lot of these things do. So we find them in the future, we'll know what they are. Scroll of Phase Door. Phase Door will teleport you a short distance and can get you out of trouble if you're in it. Might be worth keeping. Yeah, I guess I'll keep it for now. Detect Invisible Scroll. And this other one. Scroll of Darkness. That's actually a negative. And you cast that, if you're in a lit room, say, and you use a Scroll of Darkness, you are suddenly in a dark room. Not the photographic dark room, but a darkened room. Let's go over to the mage shop here and see about our wands. How about that Wand of Light? What do you offer me for that? He's saying 1. I know he's not going to sell it for 1. He's selling them here for like 700 and some odd gold, so I'm not giving it to you for 1. He won't give me what I want for, but let's try 500 to start. He says he doesn't even hear me. Let's try 400 then. Nope, 350. Come on, or 340. How about that? It's a bargain price. Okay, he's considering that, so he's offering 8 instead. So we'll try, what did I say, 340? Let's try 325. I'll go down by 15 each time here. You see his price coming up by a decent amount that way. And hopefully we'll keep from aggravating him, because if he throws me out, there's nowhere else I can sell my wands. You want to be careful in here, too, of typos. You see when it says more there like that? I usually press enter. If you press space by accident, space will also dismiss the more. But if you, in my experience, if you press space here where it says what price do you ask, and you press space, and then you type in a number, not realizing you press space, because how do you detect visibly that you pressed a space? It's kind of hard. It interprets the number you typed in really bizarrely, and he'll get furious and throw you out. It's like you asked for 1 billion gold or something. Here's his final offer, 142. I'll take it. I don't want the Wand of Light. And the copper wand, we don't even know what it does. Maybe I'll go identify it. A, in case it's an awesome wand and I want it. And B, so that I can sell it for a decent price if it is an awesome wand. You got a scroll of identify? Come on, yo. There we go. Purchase C. I'm not giving you 111. I'll give you 25. What? 30. Come on. 35. You know, you don't detect the pattern I'm using here, right? I'm just offering random numbers to you. 40. 45? No. No sense of what I'm doing. Don't cotton know what I'm doing. 53. Actually, I'll break it up. There you go. 55. 58. Final offer is 63. If you can get him to his final offer, that's good, because it's literally the best price you're ever going to get. I'll get a few of those so I can carry them with me. They'll stack anyway, right? I have 4 of them. But I am going to read one of them right now. So to read a scroll, you press R. R for read. I'm going to press asterisk to see what I want to use, and it's the scroll I've identified, D. This is an identify scroll, more. What item do you wish identified? Let's look and see what we got. We want to know what that copper wand does. It's a wand of heal monsters, so that's unfortunate. We just spent all that money on identify scroll only to find out to throw away this wand, which will do nothing. Nobody will give me anything for this. That sucks. I should have sold it as it was. Alright. Let's head next to the Armory, because we can sell off this armor we're wearing. As a matter of fact, let's try swapping it out. Let's see what happens. I'm going to assume it's not damned. I should check and see. Does he have a scroll of remove curse before I do this? Is there a scroll of remove curse if I mess up? There's not. Let me sell off the other armors first, and then I'll decide based on that if I what I want to do. I could get better armor than that anyway. Although, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's sell off this soft leather armor. There's no point in keeping it. He's offering 1. What is he selling it for? He's selling it for 41. Let's ask for 30. You gotta be kidding. 25. He's saying 5. 23. 21. 19. 17. Final offer is 12. Alright. Oh, it was damned. There you go. So if I'd have put that on, it would have been slightly worse. Instead of just being armor class 4, it would have been armor class 4 minus 1, or total of armor class 3. And I wouldn't have been able to take it off until such time as I removed that curse. So that put the fear of God in me. I'm just going to sell my stuff and not randomly don stuff. Let's sell off this soft leather armor. I don't think any of it's magical in a good way. I forget what he balked at. Was it 25? He said okay. Because I think we probably would have started detecting, hey, there's something magical in your pack by now. I could be wrong. I'm not sure if I have the, that might be perception as well. Whoops, I didn't mean to say that. Hey, you see that? I offered him 1 gold, and it said, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. It's because I'm literally offering less than he's offering. It won't let you do that. It's not going to screw you over and say, well, you clearly meant to do that. See, that sucks. That was the opposite. Armor class 4, but plus 2, it would have been armor class 6. Sell off my soft studded leather, which is the equivalent of what I have on now, unless it's magical or something. How about 60? 55. He's saying 3. 50. 45. 37. Let's go down by 4 for now. 33. 30. Go down by 1 now. 29. 28. 27. 24 is the best I'm going to get. It was damned, so I'm glad I got rid of it. See, the good thing about the hard leather armor that I have in here... Oh, no, it does. Let's look at it, actually. Let's look at our inventory. It doesn't mention the fact that it would be a -1 penalty there. And yet here it does. That's the -1 we're talking about. It would have -1 to hit if you're wearing it. I assume mine is the same. Perhaps it's just not showing it because we haven't determined what it really is yet in terms of identifying it. But for now, let's sell it off. I don't want to risk putting on something that's going to hurt me. Give me 80 for it. Okay, how about 76? 72. 68. 64. 60. He says this looks war surplus. I wonder what war he's referring to. Is that like the... I don't know what I don't know my Tolkien history enough to know. Is it the Battle of the Two Towers or whatnot? 48. Nope. Let's go down by 1 now. Or the Battle of Pelennor Fields. 39. It was just standard hard leather armor. Okay, and yes, you can see it would have been -1 to hit just because it's what it is. Now, we're doing okay with the dagger. Should we look at upgrading our armor? No, probably not, because we eventually want to get up to at least bar chainmail, which we cannot afford now, so we can save up for that, I guess. Let's take a look in the weapon shop and see if there's anything worth being excited about. Go away, pitiful-looking beggar. That is, incidentally, his description. I'm not being rude. He was actually described as a pitiful-looking beggar. The halberd would do 3 die 4 damage instead of the equivalent of 2d4, which is what I'm doing now with my dagger. No weapons are two-handed, by the way, as far as I can tell. Even a two-handed sword, if you buy such, you can use with a shield, as far as I can tell. Halberd might not be bad. What do we got on the other page? Or a bastard sword, which would do the same amount of damage. Probably weighs more, is my guess. There's an enchanted bastard sword, which I might be able to afford. Maybe I'll try and do that. Yeah, what the hell. Let's try and buy that enchanted bastard sword. Purchase C. Let's offer him 450 gold. You would rob my poor starving children? 1,299. But look at that. He dropped his price by 200 right there. 500. 550. 600. 650. 700. You gotta go less than this, dude, or I won't be able to afford it. 725. 750. Keep dropping that price. 775. 800. Not quite in my price range yet. 825. 850. 860. Oh, you're getting close. 870. 880. 890. 892. Now I could technically afford it. 894. Just be careful we don't piss him off. 896. 898. 900. 901. 902. For the sake of a few gold pieces, I'm not going to try and stick at any given number because I don't want to upset him. Alright, for 903, I got it. Let's wield E. So instead of our dagger, we're doing that. We can, whoops, we can go back in there and sell off our dagger. Whoops, I didn't mean to kill the darn beggar. I'm sorry, buddy. Sell. Sell my dagger. He's offering 1. I probably won't get much more than that. Let's try 15. 10. 9, 8, 7, 7. Sign off for 6. All right. We also sell off those arrows because we're not going to use them. Might invest in a crossbow or something later, but not right now. For this, let's try 50, 40, 30, 25, 23, 21, 19, 18, 18 again, 17, 16. All right, so we're down to 31 gold. We had that a long time ago. I think that's the amount of money we had when we first went into the dungeon at all. But our equipment obviously is far superior to what it was back in the day. So on the whole, we are obviously progressing, not to mention our levels. The one exception, of course, being that our wisdom is tanked compared to what it once was. But what the hell? It is what it is. I didn't have enough money to buy those darn words of recall, which means we're stuck diving into the dungeon and back out again. But we are okay for food and stuff, right? Yeah, we got enough to go for a while. Maybe I'll go get some flasks of oil for that lamp, just in case we get stuck down there and can't find our way out or something. There's a +2 pick. Flask of oil, E. Flasks of oil can also be used. You can throw them at monsters by using the letter T. And it's presumed when you do that you've also lit them on fire before you throw them. So it can be a way of handling certain monsters if you want. Those literally are like flaming grenades. What is this guy? Filthy street urchin. The problem is they can steal from you. Even though they might steal from you in real life, just for the record, I wouldn't run through a street urchin with a bastard sword, but in the context of the game, what choice do I have? He left me no choice. I think I've been going for about 10 minutes now. I hope to God that's true, because again, I forgot to even look. If it's been longer than that, then this could be another 400-hour video. Literally 400 hours. What else do we want to pray as far as, in terms of our prayers, what else do we want to do here? We still have to try remove fear when we get a chance. Detect doors and stairs. There we go. We can finally do that. Let's do that right now. P-A-G. And as you can see, we detected a couple of doors over here. Now you can say, what use is that? Well, for one thing, it shows you those could have been secret doors, so they light up. Actually, though, I don't know if it detected this door. It may not detect everything. I wasn't paying enough attention to know if it detected that door or not. But it can also detect stairs, and right now we want to dive as fast as we can. There's no point in us hanging out on level 1. Aside from out-of-depth monsters, there's not going to be anything up here that is in any way going to get us the experience we need to advance or the treasure we need to buy better stuff. So we want to get out of here as fast as possible. So we'll cast that PAG again when we get on another screen. Maybe we get over here to the right, we'll cast it. Let's try it here. P-A-G. Lost my concentration. I think it takes 5 mana to cast. Is that right? Yup. So can't cast it again right now. Got some experience for casting it that first time though. The dungeons generated by Moria, the actual maps, physically the maps, are not the most logical. They don't tend to feel like a real place per se. It's just kind of a big bunch of twisting passages that occasionally connect to rectangular rooms. But I think it suits its purposes, and even kind of suits its theme. It's supposed to be a mine after all, so they might have been tunneling out to, you know, uncover the veins as they flowed, rather than worrying about having, you know, straighter corridors. If this was some sort of castle or keep or something, then by all means, fire your architect. Worm mass, white worm mass, dead, money. Give me some stairs. P-A-G. You lost your concentration and it touches you, that bugger. Where is it? At least it's not draining my my wisdom there. It's dead. That was just a simple lower level ghost of some kind. Damn it, I picked up some elf skeleton. Another thing I learned with a brief bit of research when I was out of here, again, at least as pertains to Angband and presumably as it pertains to Moria, is that when you rest, as opposed to just waiting, I mentioned earlier resting is basically just passing your turn, and more or less that's true. But apparently as you rest instead of passing your turn, you use less food. Your hunger meter depletes a little bit more slowly, as far as I can tell. So there is actually benefit in resting as opposed to holding down the wait key. Not to mention the fact that it's, in actual real-world time, a faster thing to do. There's got to be a way down, right? What the heck was that? You hit it. It was an excellent hit. You have slain it. There's that thing I was talking about earlier with the 3 times damage. It's a critical hit. Sweet. I don't know if it's your strength mitigates that, or if it's just pure luck. If being a paladin versus being a mage makes it easier. I do not know. Something else I can try to look up, but sometimes the knowledge is scarce even on topics like that. I find myself like searching through Reddit logs sometimes, or ancient rec.games.logs like from 30 years ago or 20 years ago to try and uncover the information. P-A-G. I lost my damn concentration again. Concentrate. Need my wisdom back. Those restoration potions as well are of stats are quite pricey, so it is going to be something that we're going to have to save up for just to get our wisdom back. And then, of course, we could always lose our wisdom again if you meet something else that does it. The deeper you go, the more. Shards of pottery, completely worthless as far as I know. Let's drop that. Again, it could be something somebody else would steal from me, so I guess it might have been worthwhile to keep until I needed to get rid of it. And although that is logical, I do find sometimes you'll have monsters that are, or rather you'll find you have to drop something because you're carrying too much, and you'll forget that you have the shards of pottery. Say that was PAG, nothing revealed. You'll forget you're carrying it, and you'll overlook it in the big massive list of what you're carrying, and therefore you'll forget to throw it out, and you'll throw out something more valuable. So here, PAG revealed that. That was useful. Ideally, by this time, we would... Oh, bandit, fuck. Now here, this is a bigger, badder version of a novice rogue. We talked about out-of-depth monsters. Here you go. Your purse feels lighter. It stole from me. Let's take a look at it. Recall what we know about it. It's worth 26 points. It's usually found on depth 400. Now, we're only level 8. Using my method of I should be 4 levels higher than the monsters I'm fighting, I should probably only be facing monsters that are, say, depth 200. This thing might even kill me, let alone steal my shit. I'm going to try and kill it anyway. Your purse feels lighter. I wish I had those pottery shards now so we could steal those instead. Your purse feels lighter as a puff of smoke. We're down to 26 gold. We have less than we came in with. Here he comes from the south. I saw that door open. Ah, that bugger. I got him anyway. It's worth a lot of experience. That's one good thing. He had a brass lantern. I'm not going to carry it for long, probably. Iron spikes. Iron spikes are an item you can buy in the general store. I think, let's look at, here's a very important key tip I didn't even tell you about. Shift, question mark. Oh my god, how did I not tell you that? Here's all the commands. If you ever want to know the commands, press the question mark key, and it gives you a complete command summary. In the case of spike, you can see it's dependent on your position. You press capital S and a direction, that's what that means, and it'll spike a door. I believe it means the door can't be opened, that it makes the door stuck, so monsters won't open it. You might be able to still bash it down. But, getting hungry. but monsters can't burst it open. Or open it. Maybe they can force it open. I don't know. We did find that broken door once. Another thing I haven't noticed, but I'm moving a bit fast, just to tell you a bit more about the game. Occasionally, you'll even get messages like, up here where you're seeing this, you'll get a message like you hear a door slam open. So sometimes when things are off screen, it'll still inform you about what's going on in terms of what you can hear, which can certainly be useful in providing information that your character should know, and also which can help you out. Back to the surface if we want it, but what's the point? We got 46 gold. That ain't going to be worthwhile. What are we carrying? You know what? As almost unworthwhile as that is, I'm going to do it anyway. Because we still know where the damn downstairs are. And when we come back in the dungeon, we're just as likely to find the downstairs then. So I might as well go here and sell off whatever I've got. What's this guy down here? Another freaking veteran. Just trying to avoid him. Even though I think I could probably take him now. I don't think that's him. I was a happy singing drunk. I killed him and I can take his money. Sorry, buddy. I, again, wasn't even trying to. You're just moving fast. Alright, we can sell off this robe we got. Come on. Which one? Sell. Which one? Oh, robe. Yeah, what was it? Sorry. He's offering one. I'll say 20. 15. 12. 10. 8. 6. There you go. We saw it happen finally. This is getting nowhere. I'm going home. Come back tomorrow. Slam. That jerk. So I had to wait a long time before I get back in there. If we go down in the dungeon and come back, hopefully by then it'll be okay. Likewise, their stock, what they have in stock, changes over time. Unfortunately, they still don't have a potion of wisdom. Do we have anything we can sell here? Detect invisible. 9, sure, I'll take it. I'm hard up, sir. Hard up for money. I have nothing to sell in the store. Do I have anything left? Was that it? I was here to sell that. I can sell off this lantern I found. And the torches, for that matter. Sell H. Oh, brass lantern, yeah. Let's sell it for 30 gold. 28. 26. 24. 23. Alright, done. Sell. As well, these wooden torches. No point in carrying multiple light sources, I don't think. For 1, let's say 2. 1, alright. H. 1. Sell H. 1. Alright. Let's buy a couple of flasks of oil to make up for that fact. No, I didn't want to sell, sorry. Purchase. Oh, come on, get out of here. Purchase E. Done. Purchase E. Done. Purchase E. Done. And a few more rations of food. Purchase A. Purchase A. Purchase A. Purchase A. Okay. At least we know where light sources and such are going to be safe. Well, better than nothing. We'll probably ditch that robe at some point soon. How do we get out of here? Whoops. Press the wrong key. There we go. Money. Set a bid. P-A-G. I want to see a down staircase. If I had one more mana, I'd cast it here. I can cast it now. P-A-G. Lost your damn concentration. Screw you. Resting. P-A-G. Lost your concentration. Resting. P-A-G. There you go. There's a down staircase. Let's kill this eye. Even though it's probably worth like a quarter of an experience point, if that. It's dead. And Weesa out of here. Okay. Now we want to get down to like depth 200 is roughly where I want to go. Let's rest here again. cast a light spell, but I'm not actually in a room here. It's a hallway that happens to be too wide. That's why it didn't work. Go for another 7 minutes or so, and we'll call this video again done. I'm trying to keep a better eye on it because the last one was obscenely long. I picked the lock there successfully. That's rare. My Paladin wearing his metal gauntlets managed to pick a lock. Shit, what's what here? Let's get away from some of this stuff. Novice warrior I can take. Okay. Hit it. Let's wait. Hit it. It's dead. What's that? I don't want anybody else stealing my damn money. That's exactly what he's going to do, too. Yeah, purse feels lighter. Puff of smoke. Screw you. He's quit taking my money. He's taking like 140 gold from me. Where'd you go? I want blind revenge. Damn you. He didn't even drop anything, darn it. Whew. You see that there? That was a wall a minute ago. Now it's an open door. So it was a secret door we walked by and some monster opened the door. Novice mage. Killed him. He had a foil. Some sort of sword that does 1 to 5 damage. Fencing foil or something. Hey, another time it happened. Secret door. Novice rogue, you bugger. I'm never going to make enough money to get anything if I keep letting those guys ambush me. Magnesium wand, that's new. We can identify. Let's do that right now. Read, scroll. Yeah, let's do it. E. Identify, scroll. What do we want to identify? Let's do the magnesium wand. It's a wand of magic missile, so it's 9 charges. Something else I didn't mention about wands and stabs. They have a set number of charges. Every time you use them, it drops a charge. And it uses a charge. When it's out of charges, you can't use it anymore. There are, let's use our lamp instead of that torch. There are spells and scrolls and such that can recharge them. So if you have a wand or something you really like, that can be worthwhile. I'm going to save that wand against other rogues and stuff. If I see them coming, I'm going to start zapping them from a distance. So they can't get me. I'm not going back up. We want to go down. Yeah, both wands and stabs have set numbers of charges. In Angband, there are also rods. Rods do not have charges, as I recall. They, They just have a cooldown period during which you can't use them, if I remember correctly. So they're pretty cool, but they don't exist in this game. Again, Angband did take this formula and make it more advanced. I can't think of a better description for Angband than advanced Moria. So they're both good games in their own right, just for different reasons. I grew up playing pen and paper RPGs when I was 9 years old, so that'd be, yeah, fucking trap. So that'd be 1982. It was some sort of gas trap. Oh, I can disarm it, can't I? I was introduced to Dungeons and Dragons by my friend Ryan Smith, and I got totally hooked on the game. It got me, oh, there we go, it's enough experience to go up a level. Welcome to level 9. I can learn some new prayers now. So we can gain... We learned the prayer Slow Poison and the prayer Blind Creature. Let's take a look at this. Something kind of interesting. Peruse A. So slow poison is right here. We have access to that. It's in our spell book. But blind creature, which is a spell you can cast at a creature to blind it, is in the next book, Words of Wisdom. So we actually have to buy that before we can use any more spells. So next time we go to the surface, that's got to be, along with restoring our wisdom, that has to be a capital target. Our armor class is lower than I recall it being. Is it not? Just noticing AC 5. Our small metal shield has a -1 effect on it. Now maybe it was maybe we accidentally fought a green worm mass really fast and I didn't notice and it got damaged. But it is lower than it was. The metal shield is damaged. No way to repair that I know of. You have to, well, I guess you could cast an enchantment spell. And if I enchanted it, it would, if it got +1, it would, instead of being +1, it would just be back to 0. It's one of the quirky things about this game is that, or not quirky, but simple things about this game is the enchantments are simple. It's not like Diablo, or for that matter, Caverns of Zascasian, where there are tons of bizarre combinatorial enchantments that give your weapons, unique abilities, like the ability to repair relationships with monsters and that kind of stuff. In this, it's very straightforward. You get a plus to hit and a plus to damage, and that's literally about it. I don't think there's much else. That's not entirely true. There are something called ego weapons, which have special abilities, but there's only like 6 or 7 different abilities of that nature in the game. Simple dagger. That one's a bodkin. I don't know why it'd be worth more money. I think it is. Than a normal dagger, but still not worth much. Did our little dance there with the icky thing to get around it. So yeah, as I was saying, in 1982, I was introduced to D&D. Fell absolutely in love with the game. Definitely credit it with my love of reading and writing to some degree, although I was very much into both before that, but it furthered them. It also spawned in me a love of statistics and numbers as they apply in that way. So it really sharpened my math skills, and yeah, it actually gave me a lot of hobbies and pursuits that I pursue to this day, such as this roguelike. I have a few friends who still play pen and paper RPGs. I know my wife really wants to. I introduced her to the Ghostbusters role-playing game, and she had a blast with it. And she really wants to play D&D, largely because her brothers wouldn't let her play when she was little. So it's like a revenge plot that she's going to secretly play now that she's adult. But I don't tend to enjoy the pen and paper as much anymore, and I'm saddened by that fact. I want to love it. But I think the reason is the need for a DM, the need for the fact that you have a referee who is making semi-arbitrary choices about success. Yes, there are rules in the game, roll this to hit, blah, blah, blah. But almost any DM, any referee of a game like that worth his salt knows that the narrative needs of the story usually come first. So, if your party member's going to die, it might be worth, faking a roll to pretend that he's not dead and that sort of thing. That sort of thing does happen. Even if you say it's not going to, there's inevitably things in the story that are or in the game that are not covered by the rules. At which point you have to make a judgment call as to an impromptu rule to cover it. And even if it's a fair rule, it's still, I don't know how to put it. Arbitrary isn't quite the right word, but it's still impromptu. Whereas games like this, the rules are hard and fast. There's no mercy to it. If you die, you die. You know the rules coming in, or in my case, I guess I don't know all the rules coming in, but I can, in theory, learn them over time. So there is something to that that's preferable to me these days to the old pen and paper thing. I think we're about the half-hour mark. And for that reason, as soon as I bash this door down, die door, I'm going to call this video done. I'll be back maybe tonight, later on, maybe. If not, then tomorrow probably. Won't matter to you. You'll see the videos when and if you see them. So hang tight. find yourself some roguelikes, and enjoy yourselves. I'll talk to you at some point in the nearish future. See ya.